So good evening, my lovelies. Starting on your mat where you're most comfortable. And however your day has been, whether you've been busy, out and about, just take a lovely deep breath in and a lovely slow long exhale, and maybe make it a little bit noisy. Do another one. And a nice noisy sigh. And as you do that, whether you're lying down or seated, hopefully you notice your shoulders just sort of giving way to whatever you've been holding today. How are you feeling? Where's your emotions at the moment? Are you quite joyful and buoyant? Exhausted, depleted? So just checking in with how you are in this very moment. Emotions do shift and change, so they never stay with us. They always move through us. And just have a moment to ground yourself as well. Let's come to the breath. This might be the first time you've come conscious of the breath today, so we can enjoy this. And really noticing the rib cage open and expand and contract. And the temperature and sensation around the nostrils. Have a moment just to check through your body, perhaps a scan from head to toe, being aware of, where there's some tightness, tension going on, whether there's chronic kind of pain or issues through your body. And as always, observing those through your practice. If the energy around the head, the upper chakras, feels quite heavy or dense, we can imagine it all just sort of coming down as we root our energies down. So we'll have our starting meditation. If you're lying down, just have a moment to draw the knees in, have a rock. If you're already seated and you just need to just move gently, head, neck, roll the shoulders. Feel into your body as you come into a seated position. If you're lying down, don't rush. There's a few moments to just rock and feel into the back of your body. We'll do a breathing kind of meditation today. Sometimes it's nice to return to a practice where we just simply count, and we won't count far, we'll just count to 4, and then we'll start again with the breath. It's quite interesting because sometimes you'll start counting and then you'll notice you're on 5, 6, and then you're off on a tangent, you've kind of forgotten yourself. So just coming back to breathing in, breathing out. You can count the out breath or the in breath or both, but we'll just count 4 breaths and then we'll start again counting 4 breaths. So just a nice little pattern. Observe where your mind wanders, whether you completely go off on tangents, that's fine. Just come back to the breath when you notice that. Or you might actually sort of stick with it and intermittently drop off. There's no right or wrong. It is just as the practice is. So we'll rest our hands. Let your eyelids close. Just let's soften the shoulders and the face. And then counting 4 breaths. And then we'll carry on with that pattern. Just check in with yourself whether you prefer the out breath or the in breath to count. And after every 4 breaths, just starting again. Staying with the rhythm of the breath. Still staying with the pattern of the breath. So just coming to the end of your 4 round of breath, and we'll come back into our practice. How did that feel? Were you dropping off? Or were you getting really quite calm and peaceful into the rhythm? Even if there were thoughts coming and going, they're more like kind of clouds, thoughts that just come and go, but you can still stay with the rhythm of your practice. So we're going to come into our first pose, caterpillar, forward fold. And with this pose, although we often just lean forward, if you have got bolsters, you can always use them here, and a pillow, so we can relax the head forward like that rather than really dropping it forward. You could even just rest your forehead like this, so we can have variations on this pose, or just even resting hands here. So when you have got all your props around you, you can use them in whichever way you want to, but otherwise just folding forwards. Let the legs relax, they may roll outwards. Deep breaths. Try and bring the breath to the belly. And it might take a few rounds of breath to really start to let go and soften. And let go through your shoulders and upper arms. And just keep checking through the legs to see if you kind of tense them, straighten them. Allow the breath to be lovely and deep. And perhaps noting some relief that you get in your lower back. Every now and then, just explore the pose a bit more, if there's a bit more room for movement. And just noticing your thoughts. How does it feel through the upper back as well in this posture? Try and relax the neck and head if you can. And then gently take a breath and really nice and slowly start to lift up, aware of everything you feel just as you inch yourself upwards. Awareness of also any dizziness in the head if you've had the head low, and then we'll come back. Enjoying whatever you feel that's relieving in your body. Noticing any new sensations or anything that's unusual you're not aware of that you usually feel. take a moment just to gently rock the pelvis, to ease the back if you need to, and find a nice neutral spine. Sometimes in a forward fold like that, you can really feel a little achiness in the lumbar back. So really take some time here to tell your body to relax the muscles. Even though we're lying here looking like we're doing nothing, there's sometimes quite a lot going on in the process of really releasing and softening to the mat. Checking in with if the buttocks are tight or the shoulders. And then eventually you might just come to a place where you feel everything has actually relaxed. Take some deep, nourishing breaths into the lower abdomen, lower back. And then when you're ready, drawing our right knee in, then our left knee, and just checking in with how it feels through your whole back, rocking. Drawing the head up if you want to. Where can you feel tightness still? Might be between your shoulder blades. Okay, so just rocking up in order to get a block. We're going to come into bridge. So there's always two ways of doing this. You can come into the highest height of your block, or if you're just feeling a little bit more like a restorative practice today, take it onto the lower setting. Or if you have your bolster, that can be quite a nice soft, but whatever way, supported bridge is just where we lift our body. So lying back, bringing your feet to your buttocks, come onto the toes as we lift the body, and then placing that block on the sacrum, not the lumbar vertebrae. And then just checking in, seeing if this is the right pose for you this evening. If it feels too strenuous, then you can take it down onto its side. And then just have a few moments to make sure it's in the right place for you. And as always, relaxing. Relax the inner thighs, your buttocks. Checking in with your lower back and your waist. And the other area is to always come back to sort of the upper back and shoulders where you're connected to the mat. Usually they do start to hunch a little. Soften through the muscles of the lower abdomen where these can be tight. And just keeping the head still. Keep checking in with your thighs and buttocks if they tense. Drop the shoulders from your ears. And then when you feel relaxed, you can draw your awareness to belly breathing. And this also lends itself to ujjayi breath, that snore-like breath that can sound like Darth Vader. So you can enjoy Ujjayi if you wish. This is lovely and balancing through your throat chakra, Vishuddhi. If you ever feel stifled with expressing yourself, how you communicate with yourself and others, then this is lovely and balancing here. Let's just take 2 or 3 more breaths here, but really noticing if there's anywhere else you can relax, where you've unconsciously become tight. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly come onto the toes, lift yourself just so you can take the block away, coming down. And relax. How do you feel? So checking in with that lower back, and maybe that feels really lovely and sort of refreshing. Coming into that very gentle back bend. Notice your thoughts. And just scan through for any chi moving around your body. And then let's draw the knees in. Always doing that nice and slowly, being very observant of your back. And then we're going to roll up. We're going to come into a pose this evening called closed wing. And this involves the arms. So we're going to lie on the floor, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. We're going to cross the arms. So one way we'll do it with sort of the right arm on top, and then we'll swap and do it the other way. This is a lovely stretch for the shoulders. So if we turn onto our bellies, let's go with the right arm on top and the left arm underneath. And you might not come down very far. You might not get the arms crossed very far. But we'll take a few minutes in this pose, just exploring. Get a nice little gentle back bend here as well. Try and relax the wrists and your hands, and gradually you'll sort of be able to move a bit more into this stretch. Try and relax your buttocks and your thighs. And all the way down the legs, just notice if you're keeping them quite rigid to start with. How does it feel through the upper back, shoulders? Unclenching the buttocks if they seem tight. Okay, so just take one more breath here. We've only done about 2.5 minutes. Uncross your arms. If you want to just lay on the mat or roll over, whatever feels right. We'll just have a few moments before coming into the other side. Just release the feelings. Notice that sort of deep stretch that you get through the upper part of your back, where your shoulder blades are. You might feel some tingling on the inside of your arms, which are your lung and heart meridians. So just following whatever sensation you get. And then we'll come into the other side. So take a moment, bring the knees in. And coming up, rolling back onto your tummy. And this time, bringing the left arm in front. Tucking the right one underneath. You might surprise yourself, it might feel quite different this side. Just be open to exploring. So relaxing wrists and hands if you can. Again, just checking through buttocks and back and legs. Deep breath. Is this a pose that you like? Is it strange, a slightly uncomfortable position to be in, as long as it's not painful? Keep relaxing the buttocks and back. Keep checking in for tension creeping back. So one more breath. And very gently easing out of the pose. Coming onto your back. how do you feel? Is there a nice sort of refreshing feel in that stretch through the upper back? A nice pose to counter that, which we'll do another time, is open wing, where we take the arm backwards, open up through the shoulder joint. Where we cross the arms over with that particular closed wing pose, we're also stimulating our large and small intestine, which run on the outside of our arms, the yang meridians. So actually very enhancing for our digestive system. So bringing these in. Enjoy just massaging your back. We're going to come into bench pose. So a nice leaning back over a cushion. And then if we have time, we'll raise the legs with hammock. So just having a few moments, take that cushion away from you so that when we lean back, we have that lovely arch into the upper body rather than the lumbar. Support your head and neck. Sometimes a little rolled hand towel is perfect for behind the head. Small cushion. So a lovely relaxing pose, very supportive of the upper body, which translates into being very supported emotionally. With bridge, we had the chin tilted inwards, activating throat chakra, but this also is a lovely pose for our throat energy too. Enjoy the nice expansion you get in your chest. And just let your eyelids close and tune into yourself. You might notice as the chest is lifted and the shoulders roll backwards, we have a very gentle counter pose to the closed wing poses that we did earlier. Just witness your thoughts. Following your breath. belly up to chest. How do you feel emotionally here? This is opening into our heart energy. Just notice if in this pose your emotions soften a little more, whether you feel perhaps a bit more compassionate. So one more breath. Lifting your head slowly. And then taking the cushion away, just roll down. And noticing whatever you feel. Perhaps lovely nourishing feeling in the upper body. So we're going to come into hammock next. This is where we need a yoga strap. If you haven't got a yoga strap, then tying a dressing gown cord into a loop will work, or a long belt. This is a nice pose to stretch through the legs and the neck, and also have the legs raised. So bringing these in, gentle rock, and then rolling up. So it's always quite handy to have one of these close to you in your practice. You never know when you might actually want to use it. So we're going to pop the strap round the ball of the right foot, lie down, and then placing that strap behind the base of the skull. So the occipital ridge, not round the neck, the base of the head, the skull bone. Okay, so you can keep your left leg bent if you wish. I prefer to lie it down straight on the mat. And we can enjoy this pose in two ways. You can push ever so gently into your foot and feel a soft stretch through the back of the neck. And then if you want to just let the foot release and let the head become very heavy, you can start to feel a nice stretch through the hamstring and buttock and the back of your leg. You can have a lovely generous bend in the knee here. You don't have to have the leg straight. Let the head be heavy and explore what you feel. The benefits of having the leg raised is all the fluids drain back in the opposite direction. It's restful for the heart. And as we take the time in this pose, you might find that you can gradually start to explore straightening your leg, staying relaxed. Checking in with that gentle stretch through the back of the neck if you push into the foot. Very gentle, subtle movements. Try to relax through your shoulders and upper back. and awareness of your belly breathing. Try to relax through your abdomen. If you notice the belly is tight, and then if you want to, usually the last part of this posture, it's quite nice to just unhook the strap from your neck, from the head rather, and just hold on and just have a few minutes or moments to move gently. Just stretch the leg out. You might be able to straighten it. Feel that lovely stretch on the inside of the thigh, around the groin. You can swing the leg across the body if that feels fine, but be aware of your hip. Just follow and be guided by whatever sensations you feel. Everyone's different. Slow movements, nothing rapid. Just exploring all the different muscles that engage and activate when you move. What feels nice in the stretch? What doesn't feel so nice? And then we'll gently lower our leg down. You can swap your feet over, ready for the other side, but we'll just have a few moments to just observe. So relax back. Just feel into the sensation. Where do you notice it most? Could be the top of the thigh, the base of your buttocks. How does it feel around the neck and upper back? And then we'll come into the other side. So drawing your left leg up, and again, just reminding you as you place that strap behind your head, it is on the base of the skull. The straps will just cover the tips of your ears. It's not secured around your neck at all. And then just enjoy. Again, moving between gentle push into the foot or letting the head be heavy. Just loosen the tightness in your belly. You might notice a real difference in the tightness in your hamstrings as well. If you want to, you can close your eyes and just gently feel the sensation as you move. Soft shoulders, soft breath. Loosen any tightness you feel around the pelvis. How does it feel? Is your neck and head completely relaxed? If you let it go really heavy, does it shift to the side or tilt? Let's unhook now if you want to. And we'll take a minute or so just exploring gentle movement this side. Perhaps as you lower your leg, you can get it into a straighter position. Again, notice everything that engages here. Taking the leg across the body, it might find it more comfortable with a bent knee. So interesting how tiny movements through either straightening the leg, bending the knee, the tilt of the leg can feel so different. We really are quite marvellous beings with all of the muscles that move, the nerves that give us sensation. And just taking the time to be very conscious of ourselves is precious. So let's lower the leg down. You can unhook your foot. Have a few moments here just to tune in. Feel whatever you feel, especially around the back of your thigh, the buttock, neck and shoulders. Lovely stimulation on the ball of the foot where the strap has been. You'll feel that. How is your breath? Is it nice and deep and slow? So coming into relaxation now, however you want to, remaining lying down, or you can roll up into a seated position, whatever suits you. Have a few moments to rock if you need to. Pulling over a blanket. Even if you're warm enough, sometimes popping a blanket over you just feels comforting, nurturing in a way. It just gives you a little bit of self-love. We recently had a strawberry moon, full moon. And from little things that I have read, it's about introducing the sweetness in life, tuning into the sweet, joyous things that we have around us, among us in our day-to-day lives. So with that, I'm going to choose an angel card. Opening your mind to any questions you might need answered, or just general guidance, or maybe just open to whatever little message is meant to be given. So just choosing one with my eyes closed. This one's called Zana. How appropriate. Let me read what it says. So, angels, Anna, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. No matter what has happened in your past, your present and future are now safely protected by angels. I am helping you to heal from past upsets or trauma. I am helping to heal your heart of worry or fear. I am here to help you release any self-sabotaging thoughts or behaviour. I am here, in other words, to help you enjoy a renewed sense of safety and peace of mind. The other angels and I stand guard around you, your home, your family, your vehicles, and your workplace. You can rest assured that there are no low energies that can permeate our protective field. We only allow the energy of love to enter wherever you or your loved ones reside. All expressions of fear are transmuted back to the field of illusions from whence they came. Source and the angels ask you that you relax and enjoy yourself, for the happiness brings a smile to heaven. Nice little card. I was listening to Diana Cooper. She's quite a renowned angel and spiritual lady. And she was talking about how whenever she gets in her car, takes a journey, she'll put a bubble of protection, golden light, all around her car, all around the people in it, and all around the journey from A to B, and all the surrounding people on the roads, in their cars, and on their journeys. And I thought that was a lovely way of inviting spirituality and consciousness and care, love and healing, even in the simplest things of our little day-to-day journeys in our vehicles and our cars, even on the bus. You could surround it with a beautiful golden light of healing and protection. So I'm just going to give you a few minutes just to ponder that. Maybe the next time you travel somewhere, you can extend these thoughts outwards. very gently. Still relaxing, allowing your thoughts to meander through your mind. Just drawing your awareness back to your breath. How do you feel after your practice? On all levels. It's always interesting to observe the shift over the course of an hour of practice on your mat. So gently wiggle fingers and toes. Rock the head or tilt the head. You can shrug the shoulders, roll them round. Enjoy some long breaths. And then when you're ready, begin to hug in if you're lying down. Lovely stretch maybe with the arms overhead, whatever feels nice. And then in your own time, just rolling upwards. Take a moment as you come to seated, just to ground again. It's always nice to have that lovely little moment of reminding to send our roots down into the earth. And then we can bring hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.